Mahal na Pangulo, handa na pong talupat pandangal upang libutin. Tanghal! Ta! Mga pinuno, tanghal. Ta! Mga pinuno, baba, kalis. Ang dadala, kalis. Baba! Ta! Mahal na Pangulo, tapos na po ang parangal. Mga kasama, ipinapaabot ng ating panauhing pandangal, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President, Republic of the Philippines, and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines, ang kanyang taus-pusong pasasalamat sa parangal na iginawad natin sa kanya ngayong umaga. Mga pino, baba, kalis. Tikos! Ah! Apino, tikas. Ah! Pang graduation, pang ano yan, pang
announcing the arrival of our guest of honor and speaker, His Excellency Ferdinand Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Tanghol! Na! Mga Pino, tanghal. Na!
Please be seated.
Mga Pino, baba. Police. Nandadala. Police. Baba! Ta! Mga Pino, sumaligod ko. Up!
In a short while, the regiment commander will give a series of commands for the corps to execute the manual of arms.
Pagsasanay sa paghawak ng sandata sa kanang balikot.
Starting with
Ta!
right shoulder arms.
Sa kaliwang balikot. Ta!
Left shoulder arms.
Agop! Ta!
Port arms.
Babo! To!
Order arms.
Siyasot! To!
Inspection arms.
Ogop! To! Babo!
And finally,
To!
order arms.
The regiment commander orders the regimental adjutant to receive the reports.
Tanggapin ang ulat. Magulat!
After receiving the reports, the regimental adjutant faces about, salutes, and renders to the regiment commander, Sir, the Corps, all present and accounted for.
Dino! Mga talupad! Narito pong lahat at napag-alaman! Iyag! Ang kautusan!
The regiment commander orders the regimental adjutant to publish the order of the day.
Manginig! Sa kautusan! Ang nakatalaga ngayong punong tagapamahala! Magatay ko sa utos ni General Luwad! Mga pinuno! Blackjack! Blackjack! Pumagit na! Cut!
After publishing the order, the regimental adjutant gives the command officer center march. He then proceeds to his position with the regimental staff, as cadet officers from each battalion march forward to receive instructions from the regiment commander.
Communications, orders, and disseminations must pass through proper channels. This is a practice observed in the military profession, which signifies the importance of the chain of command. Through the chain of command, a more effective and efficient working arrangement results among men in arms. Now approaching the grandstand, ladies and gentlemen, are the members of the chain of command. The officers of the Cadet Corps Armed Forces of the Philippines. Upon the salute of his officers, the regiment commander acknowledges, gives instructions, and directs them to proceed back to their respective posts. While inside the hallowed grounds of this great institution, the cadets must endure the challenging training the military system characterizes and distinguishes the unique life inside PMA. It fosters punctuality, order, discipline, and respect for authority. By placing cadets in the uniform plane, it enables these young men and women to advance through self-reliance, initiative, and strength of character. In this environment, they learn the value of discipline and teamwork while being challenged to excel individually and collectively. The cadet experience shapes not only leaders of the future, but also individuals who embody courage, integrity, and loyalty. It is a journey of personal and professional growth, where failures become lessons and victories fuel a greater purpose. Through these challenges, they develop not just as soldiers, but as citizens who will lead with heart, mind, and an unwavering sense of duty.
The regiment commander orders the court to present arms. To present the court to our guest of honor and speaker, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Tanghol! Tao!
The audience is requested to stand.
Mga pinino, tanghol. Tao! Pinino, baba.
Please be
Police.
seated.
Nandadala. Police. Baba! Ta! Mahal na Pangulo, handa na po ang mga talupad upang libutin.
Military ceremonial parades have been established to bestow honor to the Philippine flag, or national symbol. Recipients of awards and decorations are also accorded this honor. This is followed by the inspection of the troops if the reviewing officer so desires. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor and speaker was born on 13 September 1957 and was raised in the historic town of Batac, Ilocos Norte, a place known for producing leaders of resilience and patriotism. From an early age, he was exposed to the practice of public service, leadership, and love of country. Throughout his years in government, he has continued to dedicate his life to the service of the Filipino people with a vision of unity, progress, and national development. For over 2 decades, he has served the nation in various capacities,
He was elected as the governor of Ilocos Norte, where his leadership was marked by initiatives in agricultural development, market access for local farmers, infrastructure enhancement, tourism promotion, and environmental protection for sustainable growth. Through his programs, the province experienced economic opportunities and community development. He later served as congressman of the 2nd District of Ilocos Norte, where he supported legislation aimed at improving local governance, public welfare, and economic development. His commitment to empowering local government units eventually led him to Senate of the Philippines, where he served as chairman of the Senate Committee on Local Government. Ladies and gentlemen, trooping the line is our guest of honor and speaker, the President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
As President, Marcos prioritized agriculture and food supply by initially serving as Secretary of Agriculture, launching initiatives to support farmers, expand the Kadiwa Project, and improve access to affordable goods. His administration also pushed for economic reforms, including the country's participation in the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, efforts to attract investments, and programs designed to modernize industries and create more opportunities for Filipinos. Under his leadership, the government strengthened defense and foreign relations by enhancing cooperation with allies such as the United States, Japan, and other international partners. He is happily married to the First Lady, Attorney Liza Araneta Marcos, and blessed with 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor and speaker, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Pinuno, sumalikod ko. At!
At this juncture, we shall now witness the turnover ceremony of the chain of command of the Cadet
Pinuno,
Corps Armed Forces
Pasalog.
of the Philippines.
At!
This time-honored tradition symbolizes the transfer of authority, responsibility, and leadership from the outgoing cadet officers to their successors. It reflects the continuity of discipline, duty, and commitment that binds every member of the Corps. Today's ceremony marks not only a change in positions, but the continuation of a sacred trust, a trust to lead with honor, to serve with integrity, and to uphold the noble traditions of the Philippine Military Academy.
No! Ang mga kadeteng, nakatakdang mamuno, umarap at pumagit na at Ang mga kadeteng nakatakdang mamuno. Pugay kamay! Na! Mga pinuno, pugay kamay. Na! Ang mga kadeteng namumuno, tanghol! Ta!
We are now witnessing the exchange of salutes by the outgoing and incoming cadet officers.
Mga pinuno, baba, polis, dadala, polis.
Through this exchange, the outgoing leaders formally recognize the authority of those who will now carry the responsibility of leading the cadet corps.
Mga pinuno, baba kamay. Na! Ang mga kadeteng nakatakdang mamuno. Baba kamay! Na! Strong hearts, ha? Mga pinuno, antabay! Salong! Kalis! Tas! Sak! Ho!
We shall now proceed with the formal turnover of the CCFP chain of command.
Nakatakdang mamuno! Sumalikod! God!
The exchanging of swords will start with the battalion commanders and staff, company commanders and staff, and platoon leaders. We are now witnessing the exchange of swords of the regimental staff, and finally the regiment commander. The sword, a symbol of authority, honor, and leadership, represents the duties and responsibilities entrusted to every cadet officer. Through this ceremonial exchange, the incoming leaders accept the challenge of guiding the corps with courage, discipline, and selfless service. As the outgoing officers relinquish their posts, they leave behind a legacy of sacrifice, dedication, and exemplary leadership. The incoming officers now step forward to continue that legacy and lead the corps toward greater excellence.
Ang mga kadeteng nakatakdang magsipagtapos, umarap at pumagitna. God!
The PMA Talangdangal Class of 2026 traces its beginning to the day when 24,288 aspiring young men and women courageously took the Philippine Military Academy entrance examination. From this number, 1,211 successfully passed the written examination, a testament to their intellect, determination, and desire to serve. Out of those who qualified, 350 reported for reception day, willing to embrace the rigors and discipline of military life. After undergoing a series of physical, mental, and moral evaluations, only 207 cadets endured and prevailed, earning their place as graduates of the PMA Talangdangal Class of 2026. Of this number, 142 are male and 65 are female, each one a symbol of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the nation. Upon graduation,
These future officers will join the different branches of service: 76 to the Philippine Army, 69 to the Philippine Navy, and 62 to the Philippine Air Force, ready to take on the responsibilities of leadership in their respective fields. Hailing from various regions across the country, the class represents a diverse blend of cultures, traditions, and beliefs. Their geographical origins and religious affiliations reflect the rich tapestry of the Filipino people. Despite these differences, they have been united by a common purpose: to serve the Republic of the Philippines with honor, loyalty, and integrity. Now, as the PMA Talangdangal class of 2026 prepares to march beyond the walls of Fort del Pilar, they carry with them not only the knowledge and skills they have acquired, but also the trust and aspirations of the Filipino people. They began as individuals, strangers from different walks of life, but through shared hardships and triumphs, they have forged an unbreakable bond. They now stand as one, a brotherhood and sisterhood, committed to a lifetime of service. They stand ready to lead with honor, to defend with courage, and to serve with selfless devotion for their families, for the nation, and for God Almighty.
Attention call has just been sounded, signaling the entrance of the graduating class, the PMA Talangdangal class of 2026.
PMA Talangdangal class of 2026! Halt!
Tagapagtanggol ng lahing dakila at marangal. This is the powerful meaning behind Talangdangal, a class born from sacrifice, molded by discipline, and destined to become steadfast defenders of the nation. As torchbearers of patriotism, unity, and freedom, they march forward not just individuals, but as one corps, driven by the ideals of courage, integrity, and loyalty. As future leaders of the armed forces of the Philippines, they bear the sacred responsibility of upholding democracy, securing peace, and safeguarding the freedom of every Filipino.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you are the 207 proud members of the PMA Talangdangal class of 2026. At this point, we shall witness the commencement exercises of the PMA Talangdangal class of 2026.
Please stand for the invocation to be led by Colonel Leo Sibalanlay, Chaplain Service, General Staff Corps.
On behalf of these strong cadets who are about to graduate and eventually be commissioned as officers in the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we beseech you, Lord, to accept our gratitude and supplications. May your divine presence fill with awe the atmosphere of our ceremonies. We bow to you in gratitude for having sustained with your grace, nurtured with your wisdom, and molded with your hands these strong men and women all throughout their military education and training, making them deserving of the diplomas they are about to receive. Just as you have been kind to them, we now pray further that you continue to bless them with humble hearts to become military leaders of good character as they are about to leave the portals of their alma mater to serve our country and people. Protect them, Lord, from the snares of the enemy. Guide their path away from the evil ways. Clothe them with your grace and wisdom, so that whenever the duty summons them, they will remain steadfast in the way of your righteousness and stand for what is noble and true. We commend, O God, to your protective care the Philippine Military Academy. Continue to bless and sanctify her with sound precepts, that all who teach and all who study here be always guided with the values of courage, integrity, and loyalty. Into your powerful protection, we commend the Armed Forces of the Philippines, that it may continue to be the trusted institution that is favorable in your sight. Gracious Lord, it is our prayer that the President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., be blessed constantly under your divine guidance and inspiration. We beg you, Almighty God, that all of us gathered here be sustained with the favors we need and help us to glorify your majesty in everything we do. We ask this in your most holy name, for you live and reign, O God, without beginning or end. Amen.
Please be seated. At this point, we shall now listen to the welcome remarks to be delivered by Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard N. Valencia, Philippine Navy, the Superintendent, Philippine Military Academy.
His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines and our Commander-in-Chief, distinguished members of the Cabinet led by the Secretary of National Defense, the Honorable Gilberto C. Chodoro Jr., sir, our Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Romeo S. Bronner Jr., sir, major services and other uniformed service commanders present, excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Foreign Armed Forces Attachés, Mayors Magalong and Salongan of Baguio and Tuba, PMA Board of Visitors led by Dr. Brillantes, distinguished guests, PMA Foreign Service Academy graduates present, naimbag bigat kadakayo amin, maayong buntag sa imong tanan, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Today, we gather on the sacred grounds of Borromeo Field, where generations of leaders and heroes have been nurtured. This is not merely a field. This is hallowed grounds. This is where character is tested and the idea of service becomes a lifelong commitment. This is where young men and women entered with dreams, doubts, and questions about what they could become. This field is where the life of a cadet begins and ends, and also where their journey as an officer of the armed forces starts. This is the transformation that the PMA Talangdangal class of 2026 has undergone. After 4 years of being trained under a system that demands discipline, consistency, and accountability, they are now the best version of themselves. To the 207 members of PMA Class of 2026, my congratulations to all of you. You now join the 12,600 members of the long gray line. Starting today, you are not merely graduates, but heirs to a sacred trust. But this achievement is not yours alone. Sa mga magulang at mahal sa buhay ng mga magsisipagtapos, this day belongs to you as well. For behind every cadet, there is always the mother that prays for you every night, the father that longs for the sound of your voice, and a sibling that misses you every day. For behind each one of you is a family that carried your burdens and gave unconditional love. Thank you again for entrusting your sons and daughters to the Academy. In the 4 years that they were in our care, we molded them, nurtured, and raised them as our very own. Ngayon po, binabalik na namin sila sa inyo. But not as lanky boys and girls, but rather as young men and women, stronger in body, sharper in mind, deeper in character, and soldiers of our nation. And as we honor the journey of our graduating cadets, we must also recognize the world in which they now step. Mr. President, in last year's commencement exercises, you reminded us, and I quote, "Warfare today goes beyond land, seas, and skies. we have battles that are invisible to radar. Indeed, the challenges of modern warfare now extend beyond the traditional battlefield, and threats now emanate from malwares, hostile drones, and manipulated narratives. In this new age of conflict, courage remains essential, but courage alone is not enough. The officer of the future must have the heart of a warrior, the mind of a scholar, the discipline of a soldier, and an innovator. I am proud to report, sir, that as the armed forces shifts its focus to territorial defense, your academy is moving with urgency and purpose. Starting last year, we have implemented our enhanced curriculum to prepare cadets to operate and win in a multi-threat, multi-domain, and highly technical environment. For PMA Class of 2026, we introduced micro-credential courses in artificial intelligence, data analytics, electronics and hybrid warfare, and unmanned systems. They are not merely new subjects, but they are investments in readiness. Their preparation goes beyond the classroom, though. Our cadets went to Pag-asa Island for them just not to study about sovereignty and sovereign rights. All of them stood on Philippine territory in the West Philippine Sea to remind all of them that Pag-asa is more than an island. It is a reminder and a line we must not allow to fade. Also, as a first, we organized a multi-domain task unit during the PMA Joint FDX 2026, where they were given battle scenarios on emerging nature of combat, such as cyber and cognitive warfare. The AFP's shift to territorial defense is similarly reflected in the more balanced distribution of this year's graduates among the three major services, affirming that the defense of the Republic must be carried out as a joint force. While we continue to evolve the manner on how we train our cadets, we are also strengthening the Academy's place among the leading global defense learning institutions. With our international accreditation underway, the PMA seal will soon stand not only for courage, discipline, and tradition, but also for academic excellence recognized beyond our shores. The Academy continues to send our instructors to the best local and international learning institutions to further their academic acumen. We also send our cadets to prestigious academy competitions where they do not merely participate, but rather compete and excel. To sustain our transformation, PMA will grow in capacity, infrastructure, and capability. Through the approved PMA growth plan, we envision a 10-company cadet corps and a training capacity of 2,000 cadets by 2040. With the support of the private sector and the Department of National Defense, we continue to build infrastructure that inspires excellence. In the immediate future, we continue to build modern classrooms designed for online learning, construct more laboratories and learning spaces for cybersecurity, AI, and service-specific and joint warfare simulators. Mr. President, as your superintendent, I give this assurance. PMA will continue to evolve to the changing demands of this century, but we will never abandon the values that made this institution stand out among its peers. Technology will evolve. The nature of warfare will change. Threats will grow more complex, but the values of courage, integrity, and loyalty will ever remain constant. To the members of the PMA Talang Dangal Class of 2026, or the tagapagtanggol ng lahing dakila at marangal, exemplify your class name by accepting the sacred duty of defending our Republic and living a life of service and sacrifice. Mabuhay ang ating Akademya Militar, mabuhay ang ating Republika.
At this point, we shall witness the presentation of graduates by the Dean of Academics, Brigadier General Stephen V. Agtoto, Corps of Professors.
Sir, I have the honor to present to you the 207-strong graduating members of PMA Talang Dangal Class of 2026. They have satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the course of study at the Philippine Military Academy. I therefore recommend that they be conferred the degree of Bachelor of Science in Management, major in Security Studies.
For having satisfactorily completed all the requirements of the course of study in the Philippine Military Academy and upon the recommendation of the Academic Board, the PMA Superintendent will now declare the members of the PMA Class of 2026 graduates and confer upon them the degree of Bachelor of Science in Management, major in Security Studies.
By the authority vested in me as the Superintendent of the Philippine Military Academy, I hereby declare you the members of the PMA Talang Dangal Class of 2026 graduates and confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Management, major in Security Studies, effective this date. Congratulations to all of you.
At this juncture, we shall witness the distribution of diplomas and presentation of awards. The President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., will present the diplomas and the awards. He will be assisted by the Secretary of the Department of National Defense, Gilberto C. Teodoro Jr., and the Superintendent, Philippine Military Academy, Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard N. Valencia, Philippine Navy. We will now call on the graduating class according to the Military President's List. The Military President's List is determined by their overall performance in all the academic and tactics courses during their stay in the Academy.
Cadet First Class Christine K. Dimisana Librada, Lipa City, Batangas. For graduating number 1 in the Military President's List of Class 2026, the Presidential Sabre is awarded to Cadet First Class Librada. The award is presented by His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President of the Republic of the Philippines. For being the number 1 graduating cadet joining the Philippine Army, the Philippine Army Sabre is awarded to Cadet First Class Librada. The award is presented by Lieutenant General Antonio G. Navarrete, Philippine Army, the Commanding General, Philippine Army. For graduating number 1 in the Military President's List, Cadet First Class Librada will also receive the Joint United States Military Assistance Group JUSMAG Sabre. The award is presented by Colonel Daniel J. O., U.S. Army, the Chief for JUSMAG Philippines. And as the top performing graduate joining the Philippine Army, Cadet First Class Librada will also receive the Australian Defense Best Overall Performance Award. The award is presented by His Excellency Mark Innes Brown, the Ambassador of Australia to the Philippines.
Cadet First Class Mark John Vincent Utlang Katakutan, Pagadian City, Zamboanga del Sur. For graduating number 2 in the Military President's List of Class 2026. The Vice Presidential Sabre is awarded to Cadet First Class Katakutan. The award is presented by Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard N. Valencia, Philippine Navy, Superintendent, Philippine Military Academy, on behalf of the Vice President. Cadet First Class Katakutan is awarded the academic distinction of Magna Cum Laude for obtaining an academic cumulative grade point average of at least 8.9 and minimum course grade of 8.25 and belonging to the upper 10% of the class. For being the #1 graduating cadet joining the Philippine Air Force, the Philippine Air Force Sabre is awarded to Cadet First Class Katakutan. The award is presented by Lieutenant General Arthur M. Cordura, Philippine Air Force, Commanding General, Philippine Air Force. For graduating with the highest overall rating in all courses offered by Socio-Humanistic School, Cadet First Class Katakutan will receive the Spanish Armed Forces Sabre. The award is presented by Colonel Santiago Martin Sanz, the Spanish Defense and Armed Forces Attaché. And as the top performing graduate joining the Philippine Air Force, Cadet First Class Katakutan will also receive the Australian Defense Best Overall Performance Award. The award is presented by His Excellency Mark Ines Brown, Ambassador of Australia to the Philippines.
Cadet First Class Thomas Edgar Isla Sepulcre, Angeles City, Pampanga. For graduating #3 in the Military President's List of Class 2026, the Secretary of National Defense Sabre is awarded to Cadet First Class Sepulcre. The award is presented by Secretary Gilberto C. Chodoro Jr., Department of National Defense.
Cadet First Class Ian Harold Durana Jubilia, Sorsogon City, Sorsogon. For graduating as the Regiment Commander of Class 2026, the Chief of Staff Sabre is awarded to Cadet First Class Jubilia. The award is presented by General Romeo S. Bronner Jr., Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines. Cadet First Class Meg Adrian Pajarillo Bermudez, Moncada, Tarlac. Cadet First Class Cherry May Panag Heco, Hamindan, Capiz.
Cadet First Class Elixa Anya Lumbang Hernandez, Padre Garcia, Batangas. For being the #1 graduating cadet joining the Philippine Navy, the Philippine Navy Sabre is awarded to Cadet First Class Hernandez. The award is presented by Vice Admiral Josema Ambrosio Q. Espeleta, Philippine Navy, the Flag Officer in Command, Philippine Navy. And as the top performing graduate joining the Philippine Navy, Cadet First Class Hernandez will also receive the Australian Defense Best Overall Performance Award. The award is presented by His Excellency Mark Ines Brown, the Ambassador of Australia to the Philippines.
Cadet First Class Catherine Leisha Beloa de Chavez, San Pascual, Batangas. For graduating with the highest overall rating in all military law courses offered by the academic group, Cadet First Class de Chavez will receive the Chief Justice Sabre. The award is presented by Honorable Justice Jose Maidas Marquez, Associate Justice, Supreme Court of the Philippines. Cadet First Class Cedric Cyril Gingging Polizon, Tagbina, Surigao del Sur. Cadet First Class Polizon is awarded the academic distinction of cum laude for obtaining an academic cumulative grade point average of at least 8.5 and minimum course grade of 8 and belonging to the top 25% of the class.
Cadet First Class Mark Clement de Quinto Centina, Cadiz City, Negros Occidental. Cadet First Class Jamela Abalie Galang, Pagadian City, Zamboanga del Sur. Cadet First Class Nick Clarence Maybuena Gallego, Davao City. Cadet First Class Kailin Morata Golinco, Tabaco City, Albay. Cadet First Class Christian Baligod Ayabo, Tabuk City, Kalinga. Cadet First Class Elaine Ruth Sunico Go, Haro, Leyte. For being number 1 in athletic-related activities, intramurals, and sports participation among female cadets, the Athletic Saber female category is awarded to Cadet First Class Go. The award is presented by Honorable Clarita P. Salongan, Mayor, Municipality of Tuba, Benguet. Cadet First Class Margo Ann Muesco Barbin, Taguig City. Cadet First Class Marielyn Ramos Malabad, Cabagan, Isabela. Cadet First Class Nerissa Daluyen, Rizal, Kalinga. Cadet First Class Beatriz Isabel Solamo Heralde, Sama, Davao del Norte. Cadet First Class Kyle Ohidor Mansiba, New Corelia, Davao del Norte.
Cadet First Class Nika Ofo Daluping, Tabuk City, Kalinga. Cadet First Class Pauline June Caros Amper, Puntod, Cagayan de Oro. Cadet First Class Grazel Tanyahura Kabibihan, Lawaan, Eastern Samar. Cadet First Class Sofia Dominique Biel Baniezco, La Trinidad, Benguet. Cadet First Class Joyce Hannah Marie Danao Pascua, Santo Niño, Cagayan. For graduating as number 1 in all military leadership courses, the Association of Generals and Flag Officers Incorporated Award is presented to Cadet First Class Pascua. The award is presented by Police Major General Herman B. Doria, Philippine National Police Retired, President, Association of Generals and Flag Officers Incorporated.
Cadet First Class Ranuelo Michael Fuelias Leonard, Davao City. Cadet First Class Kayla Crizel May Lopez Framil, Villaverde, Nueva Vizcaya. Cadet First Class Emmanuel Jan Maymaya Surita, Tabuk City, Kalinga. Cadet First Class Adrian Faith Pesanose, La Trinidad, Benguet. For being the chairperson of the Honor Committee, the Superintendent Saber is awarded to Cadet First Class San Jose. The award is presented by Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard N. Valencia, Philippine Navy, the Superintendent, Philippine Military Academy. Cadet First Class Hasim Dimaporo Guro, Lawag City, Ilocos Norte.
Cadet First Class Ryan James Salvador Intendencia, Llanera, Nueva Ecija. Cadet First Class Andrea Ruth Padilla, Solana, Cagayan. She is currently admitted at Fort del Pilar Station Hospital. Cadet First Class Daniel de la Cuesta Saumay, Davao City. Cadet First Class Bert Maynard Portuguese Tortor, San Carlos City, Negros Occidental. Cadet First Class Queenie Shanen Sedon Peñaranda, San Joaquin, Iloilo. Cadet First Class Maxine Marjulie de Velos Almeda, Silang, Cavite. Cadet First Class Venice K. Tulagan Malyare, Coronadal City, South Cotabato. Cadet First Class Lorraine Domalig Adamo, Tabuk City, Kalinga. Cadet First Class J. Lord Luis Etrata Quebral, Urdaneta City, Pangasinan. Cadet First Class Ejan Clark Araw Cadiente, Leon, Iloilo.
Cadet First Class Leomar Lanticse Raposo, Mlang, Cotabato. Cadet First Class Jamil Grace Mendez Obsinada, Baras, Rizal. Cadet First Class Hans Ludwig Kawayan Kidagan, Bauku Mountain Province. Cadet First Class Earl Asnan Berlin Asuncion, Cabagan, Isabela. Cadet First Class Frelin Joy Katambakan Nuenay, Kidapawan City, North Cotabato. Cadet First Class Daniel Paul Cabalza Gilo, Tugigaraw City, Cagayan. Cadet First Class Jackie Balenya Pabunan, Paranas, Samar. Cadet First Class John Patrick Sabiniano Cadano, San Jose del Monte City, Bulacan. Cadet First Class Marcon Jonaldo Mendoza, San Jose, Batangas. Cadet First Class Ma Lorraine Tilana Movilla, Palo, Leyte.
Cadet First Class Mary Joy Red Flores, Was, Albay. Cadet First Class Rodel Emmanuel Abing Binangbang, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. Cadet First Class Enrico Arago Garceron, Lucena City, Quezon. Cadet First Class Bendel Clavins Ligayo Macarilay, Enrile, Cagayan. Cadet First Class Jethro Vicente Calion, Bugyas, Benguet. Cadet First Class Rixaline Kyle Morales Celestial, Sibalom, Antique. Cadet First Class Genevieve Grail Calngan Guindalos, Sagada Mountain Province. Cadet First Class John Jethro Lasam Malilin, Solana, Cagayan. Cadet First Class, Dan Carlo Cadasio Canio, Malinaw, Albay. Cadet First Class, Ezekiel Dominong Navarro, La Trinidad, Benguet.
Cadet First Class, Angel Banyaga Asuncion, Rojas Isabela. Cadet First Class, RJ De Villes Cambri, Kawayan City, Isabela. Cadet First Class, Bea Samantha Juaneza Masmodi, Cotabato City. Cadet First Class, Erica Gravides Camangyan, Cabacan, North Cotabato. Cadet First Class, Lance Zachary Litorco Bañez, Tuguegarao City, Cagayan. Cadet First Class, Jasper Kent Pendon de los Reyes, Calaca, Batangas. Cadet First Class, Jasmine Lancaon Cordova, Lipa City, Batangas. Cadet First Class, Raymond Prajes Abgao, Baroy, Lanao del Norte. Cadet First Class, Zahara May Velasco Arucan, Columbio, Sultan Kudarat. Cadet First Class, Mark Jamel Buban Kalubad, Malinaw, Albay.
Cadet First Class, Lionel Sepuntos Agyod, Sagada Mountain Province. Cadet First Class, Ian Joshua Maluna Sugano, Davao City. Cadet First Class, Nikail Emia Orok, Liloan, Cebu. Cadet First Class, Lawrence Estrada Cabahit, Cagayan de Oro City. Cadet First Class, Manuel John Pilare Garlitos, Taguig City. Cadet First Class, Gabriel Consuegra 14, Tiwi, Albay. Cadet First Class, Mary Ann Nicole Casanova Aurelio, San Jose Occidental, Mindoro. Cadet First Class, Eileen Glyn Lizardo Fangayen, Sagada Mountain Province. Cadet First Class, Robert Ray Enriquez Turtogo, Tacloban City, Leyte. Cadet First Class, Jibea Angbal Puday, Tabuk City, Kalinga.
Cadet First Class, Kairan Shem Flor Resurrection, Valencia City, Bukidnon. For being number 1 in athletic-related activities, intramurals, and sports participation among male cadets, the Athletic Saber male category is awarded to Cadet First Class Resurrection. The award is presented by Honorable Benjamin B. Magalong, Mayor, Baguio City. Cadet First Class, Rami Ezra Buaya Lanoy, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. Cadet First Class, Destiny Divinagracia Lariosa, Pigkawayan, North Cotabato. Cadet First Class Elaine Laika Uwagdan Kanaya, Carmen, North Cotabato. For being the #1 graduating cadet in aptitude, conduct, leadership courses, and extracurricular activities, for not committing Class 1 or 2 offense throughout the cadetship, and for occupying a position of responsibility, whether as a part of the chain of command or cadet in charge of a cadet organization or corps squad. The Aguinaldo Saber is awarded to Cadet First Class Kanaya. The award is presented by Mr. Emilio Suntay III, Chairman, General Emilio Aguinaldo Foundation. Cadet First Class Fritz Gerald Padilla Taborlupa, Quezon City. Cadet First Class John Roy Erauda Baran, Oslob, Cebu. Cadet First Class Sheriff Paul Anthony Alzate Samonte, Davao City. Cadet First Class Chloe Marie Flores Sabando, Pikit, North Cotabato. Cadet First Class Macario Kuntapay Tulyao, Peña Blanca, Cagayan. Cadet First Class Mark Jan Baniked Magana, San Quintin, Pangasinan.
Cadet First Class Rollins Phil Manhilot Villuceno, Baclayon, Bohol. Cadet First Class John Rafael Cabarle Belga, Daet, Camarines Norte. Cadet First Class Lucky Jean Senora Peninoy, Ligao City, Albay. Cadet First Class Andre Yuriel Ala Tapales, Cabadbaran, Agusan del Norte. Cadet First Class Maria Lourdes Rafael Babanto, Mahinog, Camiguin. Cadet First Class Emmanuel Tagamulila Santos, Santa Barbara, Iloilo. Cadet First Class Alimoden Alegre Guro Jr., Bislig City, Surigao del Sur. Cadet First Class Vincent Yuri Arandillo Tamiao, Taguig City. Cadet First Class Jenar Andre Apondar Gornal, Nabua, Camarines Sur. Cadet First Class May Blaze Infanso Sumipo, Clarin, Bohol.
Cadet First Class Nada Vea Panopio Ocampo, Quezon City. Cadet First Class Margie Demetria Kalimag Pazuagan, Peña Blanca, Cagayan. Cadet First Class Jumari Alio Escanilla, Cebu City. Cadet First Class Eliza Caril Nahora Pasis, Igig, Cagayan. Cadet First Class Aaron Bulanadi Gonzalez, Magalang, Pampanga. Cadet First Class Chris Anthony Nuarin Uson, Calasiao, Pangasinan. Cadet First Class JV Iglesias Malikdem, Bayambang, Pangasinan. Cadet First Class John Lester Factor Negosa, Puerto Princesa City. Cadet First Class Clark Docenas Lagapa, San Francisco, Agusan del Sur. Cadet First Class EY Inchan Atoan, Bontoc, Mountain Province.
Cadet First Class Samuel Paul Handayan Canto, Pasig City. Cadet First Class Christian Joel Peliosis Jacobe, Minalabak, Camarines Sur. Cadet First Class AA Kit Alexander Barba Quanchu, San Isidro, Davao Oriental. Cadet First Class Victoria Salve Estipona Beltran, Prieto Diaz Sorsogon. Cadet First Class Kate Yvonne Maningo Abulencia, Zamboanga City. Cadet First Class James Matthew Lobrigas Balazuela, Tagbilaran City, Bohol. Cadet First Class Naron Kapawa Ang Chanco, Prosperidad, Agusan del Sur. Cadet First Class Prince Roselier de la Torre Ligan I, Dumalinaw, Zamboanga del Sur. Cadet First Class Andre Farley Labiste Aninion, Cebu City. Cadet First Class Saidan Zach Mangayayam Romero, Tabuk City, Kalinga.
Cadet First Class Añez Aizo Ignacio Caña, Virac, Catanduanes. Cadet First Class Grace Buhisan Tagapan, Polanco, Zamboanga del Norte. Cadet First Class Joseph Bernal del Rosario, Aguilar, Pangasinan. Cadet First Class Giseli Sylvie Parolan Ferreira, Taguig City. Cadet First Class Pauline Marie Gonzalez Ronquillo, Cabanatuan City, Nueva Ecija. Cadet First Class Alvin John Miranya Medina, Novaliches, Quezon City. Cadet First Class Clovy Lipton Cruz, Makati City. Cadet First Class Angelica Jade Potayre Andot, Lakewood, Zamboanga del Sur. Cadet First Class Laika Liaguno Polientes, Ilog, Negros Occidental. Cadet First Class Jose Carlos Galorio Honculada, Tagbilaran City, Bohol.
Cadet First Class Shakira Richie Gutierrez Gato, Surigao City, Surigao del Norte. Cadet First Class Daniel Luis Lagasca Batalla, Bacoor City, Cavite. Cadet First Class Brian Jorel Bulseco Consolacion, Pugo, La Union. Cadet First Class John Baring Quizon, San Fernando, Cebu. Cadet First Class Blessime Almeron Malayo, Santa Ignacia, Tarlac. Cadet First Class Charles Carlos Dalagan, Canavid, Eastern Samar. Cadet First Class Hermil Roden Dinawanao Robinos, Tagum City, Davao del Norte. Cadet First Class, Danica Marie Calueng Disiano, Tugigaraw City, Cagayan. Cadet First Class, Justiny Castillo Barte, Bayawan City, Negros Oriental. Cadet First Class, Jeff Mikael Aquino Balansay, Bayambang, Pangasinan.
Cadet First Class, Princess Hazel Bacalso Aven, Puerto Princesa City. Cadet First Class, Joshua Morquianos Batalla, Taytay Rizal. Cadet First Class, Grace Ann Gilia Tabale, Mahayag, Zamboanga del Sur. Cadet First Class, Ivan Christopher Acosta Aurelio, Puerto Princesa City. Cadet First Class, Jerl Mary Dwayne Briones Quejada, Palo Leyte. Cadet First Class, Maynard Jason Dacalos Langub, Tupi, South Cotabato. Cadet First Class, Franklin Espera Aurelio, San Roque, Northern Samar. Cadet First Class, Raven Vanes Pañol Molina, Antipolo City, Rizal. Cadet First Class, Ilden Bradley Navales Velasquez, Cebu City. Cadet First Class, Byron Basitao Banog, Tabuk City, Kalinga.
Cadet First Class, Mark Ezekiel Torres Chavez, Rodriguez, Rizal. Cadet First Class, Fritz Cyril Sahulga Salsi, Hagna, Bohol. Cadet First Class, Luke Lagasca Batalia, Bacoor, Cavite. Cadet First Class, Jacob Clement Bautista Sababan, San Miguel, Bulacan. Cadet First Class, Ronald James Carolino Ojena, Malabon City. Cadet First Class, Darrell Floyd Peria Damasco, Bataraza, Palawan. Cadet First Class, Kenneth Lester Estabaya Escalante, Kasiguran, Sorsogon. Cadet First Class, Oscar Tabang Batayo Jr., Puerto Princesa City. Cadet First Class, John Robert Fernando Mikit Pikit, Bataraza, Palawan. Cadet First Class, Celestino Soriano Villas Jr., Maguindanao del Norte.
Cadet First Class, Kent Michael Balmorida Yaba, Cagayan de Oro City. Cadet First Class, Robert Joshua Baez Manuel, Tondo, Manila. Cadet First Class, Charlotte Bartolome de los Santos, Taguig City. Cadet First Class, Gabriel Bojos Soliano, Butuan City, Agusan del Norte. Cadet First Class, Alison Jan Gayman Buyukan, Sagada Mountain Province. Cadet First Class, Tristan Luis Kenneth Borbo de la Rosa, Taguig City. Cadet First Class Luis Ray Liwag Gutierrez, Gapan City, Nueva Ecija. Cadet First Class Braille Van Chokangon Lobhoy, Tabuk City, Kalinga. Cadet First Class John Humphrey De Leon Kizagan, Siniloan, Laguna. Cadet First Class Renji Drake Chantel Bacalso, Digos City, Davao del Sur.
Cadet First Class Warigold Humawan Eleksyon, Lazi Sikihor. Cadet First Class Carl Jericho Tingisadio, Taytay Rizal. Cadet First Class Aldrin Luis Pasilaban Infante, Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental. Cadet First Class Charles Ryan Kirao Arnejo, Linamon, Lanao del Norte. Cadet First Class Cyrus Ashley Andres Neri, Bayambang, Pangasinan. Cadet First Class Loreto Madolora Anapi II, Tumawini, Isabela. Cadet First Class Julius Renz Dungan Boadilla, Agool, La Union. Cadet First Class Charles Andre Blue Buko, Muntinlupa City. Cadet First Class Christian Anthony Kalangan Basig, Tugigaraw City, Cagayan. Cadet First Class Marjorie Ulan Orzame, Gimba, Nueva Ecija.
Cadet First Class Limuel Caleb Gale Gloria, Baguio City. Cadet First Class Neil Andre Recodig Relieve, Pulangi, Albay. Cadet First Class Gideon Pudunan Dinamlig, Kiangan, Ifugao. Cadet First Class Covey Brian Saporteza Diaz, Bautista, Pangasinan. Cadet First Class Francis Jan Ebuenga Lianzana, Daraga, Albay. Cadet First Class Clyde Joshua Pamitan Tamayaw, Igig, Cagayan. Cadet First Class Aaron Pastrana Flojo, Dumalag, Capiz. Cadet First Class Stephen Mark Season Ayahaw, Kiangan, Ifugao. Cadet First Class JP Pitero Precioso, Libon, Albay. Cadet First Class Timothy James Galindez Hernandez, Alitagtag, Batangas.
Cadet First Class Kennedy Placeros Edig, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Cadet First Class Mel Evan Yap Caniedo, Cagayan de Oro City. Cadet First Class Lawrence Miguel Maravilla Calantog, Naik, Cavite. Cadet First Class Zeph Saligumba Pontilio, Davao City. Cadet First Class J. Verano Aliven, Castilla, Sorsogon. Cadet First Class Israel Hawili Bautista, Pasig City. Cadet First Class Zedric Blando Halyurina, Muntinlupa City. Cadet First Class Rodel Adrian Venzon Dapun, Cabacan, North Cotabato. Cadet First Class Franz Limuel Tolentino Urbano, Victoria, Tarlac. Cadet First Class Jonard Osenia Moralde, Puerto Princesa City.
Cadet First Class Rigel Alexandro Bea Huarde, Bulan, Sorsogon. Cadet First Class Clark David Bernasol Dalumbar, Baclayon, Bohol. Cadet First Class Christian Thomas Supresencia, Coronadal City, South Cotabato. Cadet First Class Seth Timothy Abreya Celino, Baguio City. Cadet First Class Radvel Kalang Hamen, Bayucan City, Agusan del Sur. Cadet First Class Marian Joyce Flores Felesmino, Tanza, Cavite. And Cadet First Class Reggie Daquag Bolinget, Baguio City.
We shall hear the valedictory address of Cadet First Class Christine K. Demisana Librada, Cadet Corps Armed Forces of the Philippines.
To our guest of honor, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., President, Republic of the Philippines, and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines. Good morning, sir. To the Honorable Gilberto C. Chodoro Jr., Secretary of National Defense. Good morning, sir. To Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard N. Valencia, Philippine Navy, the Superintendent, Philippine Military Academy. Good morning, sir. And to all the top members of the leadership of the AFP. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. To my Papa Pogi, Julius C. Librada, and to my Mama Ganda, Maribel D. Librada, please stand to be recognized. Morning po. To my two kuyas and all the proud parents and loved ones of the members of the PMA Talangdangal Class of 2026, and everyone who are with us for this moment, good morning. Today we gather here not only to celebrate an achievement, but to witness a transition. These past 4 years of training had tested our limits and refined our character. Today is both a recognition of what the members of PMA Talangdangal Class of 2026 have accomplished and a reminder of the responsibility we now carry. First and foremost, we lived through the challenges of the Academy and witnessed firsthand what needed to change. However, being part of the change was not easy. It demanded courage, vision, and trust that despite setbacks, progress will push through. Despite the uncertainty, we moved forward and did things differently. And we are blessed to have been guided by exceptional and visionary leaders, especially our superintendent, who showed us that change will not happen if nobody is willing to start it. But while all these changes happened, hopefully, the best things will remain. Once we step out of these walls, may we remember the foundation of our character, the honor code and the honor system. To my classmates and the underclassmen, the message is clear. This is not something that simply separates us from the rest, nor a standard to ensure our stay in the academy, but a principle that will guide us in the decisions that we make. Outside the brick gate, rules may not always be visible, but honor must remain present. May we stay true to our character and grow to be honorable leaders. Today, we also continue to honor the life of late Dormitorio. His memory reminds us of the true meaning of leadership and service. His story remains to influence the values we carry, and in today's occasion, may we honor him not only in remembrance, but in how we choose to lead, with courage, dignity, and humanity. As officers of the armed forces, we now accept a greater responsibility. We will lead in uncertainty, decide under pressure, and serve something greater than ourselves. The path ahead will not be easy, but we are prepared. On behalf of the members of this class, I would like to thank our parents and loved ones whose sacrifices made this moment possible. To our military and civilian instructors and the members of the 3 warfare departments for demanding excellence and shaping us into who we are today. To our company tactical officers, especially Major Levin, Major Ehok, and Lieutenant Commander Chua, who carefully watched over us and mentored us through our mistakes and accomplishments. Your leadership may have differed, but they were all essential in our development. To our manongs and manangs, who watched us grow from hungry, rotting plebes into strong yet compassionate leaders. To our underclassmen, who patiently cooperated with the way we led the Corps. Now it's your turn. And most especially to the Lord, for sustaining us through every challenge, even when we felt undeserving, for guiding us through our moments of doubt, and most of all, for intentionally bringing 207 unique individuals together from all walks of life to share a common goal. To the members of PMA Talang Dangal Tagapagtanggol ng Lahing Dakila at Marangal Class of 2026, we will face even greater challenges that will test our character, integrity, and fortitude. Sana ay lagi nating alalahanin kung para kanino ang buhay na ibinigay sa atin ng Panginoon. At alalahanin natin na nandito lamang tayo para sa isa't isa, lalo na sa panahon ng paghihirap. Lastly, let us embrace our war cry. Have no mercy on ourselves today and tomorrow, not out of ruthlessness, but out of responsibility, so that we can better lead and protect the people we promise to serve. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay Akademya Militar ng Pilipinas, mabuhay ang Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas, at mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas.
Double time ka.
The Secretary, Department of National Defense, Gilberto C. Teodoro Jr., will now declare the commission of the PMA Talang Dangal Class of 2026.
Pursuant to Section 31 of the National Defense Act as amended, you are hereby commissioned as second lieutenants or ensigns in the regular force of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Congratulations.
We shall now witness the oath-taking of our newly commissioned officers of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. The Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, General Romeo S. Browner Jr., Philippine Army, will administer the oath.
Mangyaring itaas ang kanang kamay at sumunod sa akin.
Taas kanang kamay! Ah!
Ako si, sabihin ang inyong pangalan. Nang sabihin ang inyong tirahan. Na itinalaga sa katungkulan bilang opisyal ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas, ay taimtim na nanunumpa na tutuparin kong buong husay at katapatan sa abot ng aking kakayahan ang mga tungkulin ng aking kasalukuyang katungkulan at ng iba pang pagkaraan nito'y gagampanan ko sa ilalim ng Republika ng Pilipinas na aking itataguyod at ipagtatanggol ang saligang batas ng Republika ng Pilipinas na ako'y tunay na mananalig at tatalima rito, na susundin ko ang mga batas, mga utos na ayon sa batas, at mga dekreto na pinaiiral na mga sadyang itinakdang may kapangyarihan ng Republika ng Pilipinas. At kusa kong babalikatin ang mga pananagutang ito na walang anumang pasubali o hangaring umiwas. Kasiyahan nawa ko ng Diyos. Binabati ko kayong lahat, manyo nang ibaba ang iyong mga kamay.
The members of PMA Talang Dangal Class of 2026, after having been declared graduates of the Philippine Military Academy, are now alumni of this revered institution. They shall now take their oath of membership to the Philippine Military Academy Alumni Association Incorporated. To administer the oath is the chairman of PMAAI, Cavalier Ricardo A. David Jr. of PMA Class 1997.
PMA Talang Dangal Class of 2026. Please raise your right hand. I state your name. A proud graduate of the Philippine Military Academy. Do hereby solemnly swear. And affirm my unwavering allegiance. To the Philippine Military Academy Alumni Association Incorporated. I pledge to uphold and defend the Articles of Incorporations and bylaws of the Association, to support its vision, mission, and objectives, to preserve and advance the values and proud traditions instilled by the Philippine Military Academy, to live by the ideals of courage, integrity, and loyalty, and with honor and humility, I shall conduct myself at all times with dignity and responsibility, in faithful service to God, to country, and the corps. So help me God. Congratulations and welcome to the association. Mangyaring babang kamay.
The Secretary, Department of National Defense, Gilberto C. Teodoro Jr., will now introduce our guest of honor and commencement speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos, Jr.
Before we begin, the troop commander will give the order of Tikas Pahinga. Thank you, National Defense Secretary Gilbert Chodoro Jr., the Philippine Military Academy Superintendent Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard Valencia, His Excellency the Australian Ambassador to the Philippines, Mark Innes Brown, and the distinguished members of the Diplomatic Corps, Armed Forces of the Philippines Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr., and the Major Service Commanders, Philippine Coast Guard Admiral Ronnie Hill Gavan, Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong, Tuba Benguet Municipal Mayor Clarita Salong-Ongan, officers, enlisted personnel, and civilian employees of the Philippine Military Academy, the Cadet Corps of the Armed Forces of the Philippines led by the PMA Talang Dangal Class of 2026, parents and loved ones of the PMA graduating class, fellow workers in government, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today, we once again witness a solemn transition from young cadets shaped by discipline into full-fledged officers entrusted with the protection of our great republic. To the 207 graduates of this year's class, I congratulate you. I also extend my congratulations to those who have distinguished themselves through exceptional performance. Leading your batch is Christine Caye de Misana Librada. You all now carry the name Talang Dangal, tagapagtanggol ng lahing dakila at marangal. It is a name that reflects a new core of leaders who must prove that courage, integrity, and loyalty are not mere aspirations, but a non-negotiable standard. It likewise speaks of responsibility, a responsibility that begins the moment you step beyond this formidable ground and into a world that will ultimately measure your conviction and your grit. During your training in the academy, you have been taught that the threats confronting our nation today are no longer confined to conventional battlefields. They now emerge in cyberspace, in disinformation, in territorial aggression, in calamities worsened by climate change, and in forces that seek to weaken trust in our institutions and divide our people. Recognizing these challenges, we have begun strengthening and modernizing the PMA so that your curriculum will prepare you to be future officers for both conventional and emerging threats of the modern age. While the curriculum reform shall fully benefit the class of 2029, this year's cadets have already been exposed to the new disciplines such as data science, Python foundations, artificial intelligence, electronic warfare, and unmanned systems to equip them with basic competencies in emerging technologies. Your sharp minds, fresh perspectives, and capability not only respond to present risks, but to anticipate future threats before they even fully emerge, and that will go a long way. Your ability to discern truth from deception is crucial to making sound decisions. But beyond your skills, the true strength of a soldier will always be rooted in integrity, discipline, and honor. These are the values forged within you through difficult times, through moments of exhaustion, times of doubt, missed celebrations with family, silent struggles that only you and your comrades truly understand. As you take your oath today, remember that your loyalty is not to any political interest, not to any individual, nor any passing ideology. Your loyalty must always remain with the Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines. Throughout this mission, carry with you the honor code instilled in you by the Academy. Never lie, never cheat, never steal, and never tolerate those who do. Because silence in the face of wrongdoing is a betrayal of your values, a betrayal of your country, and a betrayal of the very principles that you have sworn to defend. Along the way, you will encounter a lot of forks in the road that will test your resolve, placing you in situations where you must choose between difficult options. But as long as you remain faithful to our flag and committed to serving our citizens, you will never lose direction. Do this to also honor your upper-class superiors, your mentors, instructors, your parents, families, and loved ones, all those who believed in you throughout this demanding yet rewarding journey. Bilang inyong Commander-in-Chief, naniniwala ako sa inyong kakayahan. Naniniwala ako na tapat kayong maglilingkod sa kapwa ninyong Pilipino at sa ating inambayan. Today, I share with you the noble duty of protecting the Filipino people. Let us continue marching towards a more secure, peaceful, and stronger bagong Pilipinas. Maraming salamat at mabuhay ang Talang Dangal Class of 2026. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
At this point, the Superintendent PMA will present a memento to our guest of honor and speaker.
In observance of the time-honored tradition of the Philippine Military Academy and on the occasion of the graduation of PMA Talang Dangal Class 2026, I, President Marcos Jr. of the Republic of the Philippines and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Philippines, hereby pardon all outstanding punishment of first-classmen, second-classmen, third-classmen, and fourth-classmen of the Cadet Corps of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Just leave it there.
Thank you, sir. At this point, the Superintendent PMA will present a memento to our guest of honor and speaker, a commemorative portrait of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. This portrait was created by the Philippine Military Academy Talang Dangal Class of 2026, led by Cadet First Class Grazel Anti Kabibian, presented as a gift from the graduating cadets and the PMA community to the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
At this juncture, the graduating cadets will form the long gray line.
The spirit that leads, the spirit that never gives up. This is who they are. They have trained, studied, and absorbed the boundless wisdom of their alma mater, building up to become the unwavering spirit that will soon lead the country. Through endless days of sacrifice and nights of silent struggles, they have been molded in the fires of discipline, honor, and selflessness. For the years to come, their class will be part of the heritage of this gallant institution that has made excellence a way of life. The virtues of courage, integrity, and loyalty have been strongly imprinted into their very being, not as mere words, but as living principles that guide their every thought, decision, and action. This is their sacred contribution to our state and the liberty of the Filipino people. They are the living legacy of what is known as the noble protectors of the land, a generation of warriors who stand ready to defend freedom, uplift the nation, and carry forth the torch of service. Though they have met challenges that tested their limits, physically, mentally, and morally, they stood their ground and rose above adversity. Now, forming the long gray line, they stand tall with pride and honor, shoulder to shoulder with those who came before them. They are no longer merely individuals in training. They are custodians of a sacred tradition, bound by duty, brotherhood, and an unyielding devotion to the country.
They step forward not as children of privilege, but as sons and daughters of sacrifice. They bear the name of their class with pride, tagapagtanggol ng lahing dakila at marangal, a class name that embodies the spirit of courageous defenders, honorable leaders, and selfless servants to the nation. As they march forward, they now carry the hopes of communities, the dreams of families, and the promise of a safer and stronger Philippines. As they leave the hallowed grounds of Fort del Pilar, they carry with them not just the badge of rank, but the weight of responsibility. Each step they take beyond the academy is a commitment to the oath they have taken. And when history looks back at this class, may it be said that they stood when others fell, that they chose duty over comfort, and that they embodied everything that is noble, brave, and true. This is the PMA Talang-Dangal Class of 2026, the passion that will never falter, the freedom that will never fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, forming the long gray line, the lieutenants and ensigns of PMA Talang-Dangal Class of 2026.
May we request everyone to rise for the singing of the PMA Alma Mater song. Please be seated. The new regiment commander leads the corps in giving 3 cheers. Likewise, the outgoing regiment commander leads the graduating cadets in giving 3 cheers to the corps.
Let us give 3 cheers to those who will be leaving us behind. Effect! 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 Let us give 3 cheers for those who will be left behind. Effect! 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 Mga Pilino, antabay bunot. Kalis! Ba! Pasamasid!
The new regiment commander orders the corps to pass in review.
Ladies and gentlemen, passing in review before you is the Cadet Corps Armed Forces of the Philippines, led by the new regiment commander, Cadet First Captain Joshua J. Mascolino, Camarines Sur, with his staff, Max Rosario, Lucena City, Michael Cotor, Bukidnon, Ralph Baltimore, Baguio City, John De La Peña, Dasmariñas, Jerkin Rania, Pasig City, Farouk Macaraya, Manila City, Miguel Persil, Taguig. The Philippine Military Academy Band, under the baton of Musicians Mate First Class, Benji O. Tolentino, Philippine Navy.
First Battalion Commander Mark Gratel, Taguig, with his staff, Michael Aquino, Cebu, Celso de Rama, Pagadian City, Pablo Farnacio, Taguig City, Shekinah Malano, Cagayan, and Jamer Oplen, North Cotabato. Alpha Company Commander Dylan Lucero, Kidapawan City, with his staff, Liam Torres, Cavite, Baron Castro, Zamboanga City, and Rosel de Mesa, Pasig City. First Platoon Leader, Jack Ayan Andino, Antipolo City, John Miguel, Cagayan. With their company First Sergeant, Gian Aliven, Sorsogon.
Bravo Company Commander Jairus Pasagad, Bohol, with his staff, Aladin Cayago, La Union, Romel Labador, Quezon City, and Nil Montemayor, Pangasinan. First Platoon Leader, Denver Sinumlag, Kalinga. Second Platoon Leader, Yuler Cabotaje, Marinas City, with their company First Sergeant, Kent Anthony Aday, Sam.
Second Battalion Commander John Kililan, Albay, with his staff, Dina Inting, Bohol, Kate Alejandre, Taguig, Gladine Maliwang, Albay, Daymar Felipe, Cagayan, and Joshua Hornales, Camarines Sur. Charlie Company Commander Dexter Nanale, Taguig City, with his staff, Nicolas Kimakim, Mountain Province, Elmer Cajeles, Davao, and Hana Bueno, Cagayan. First Platoon Leader Adrian Toledo, Quezon Province. Second Platoon Leader, Carl Rambaud, Makati City. With their company First Sergeant, RJ De La Rama, Davao City.
Delta Company Commander John Rioja, with his staff, Aaron Duran, Cavite, Aldens Balkin, Taguig City, and Jasmine Andrada, Cabanatuan. First Platoon Leader, Ruiz Agustin, Sorsogon. Second Platoon Leader, Alan De Jesus, Surigao del Sur. With their company First Sergeant, Raymond Piano, Pangasinan. Ladies and gentlemen, the colors, led by its color officer, Dan Visario, Tarlac.
Third Battalion Commander Aiden Mislana, Ilocos Sur, with this staff, Akil Arumpa, Cotabato City, Harvey Gonzalez, San del Norte, Joel Casigay, Abra, Romeo Sugoan, Iloilo, and Dan Villanueva, Pangasinan. Echo Company Commander Teodolfo Ticag, Baguio City, with his staff, Mariam Gamos, Bohol, Yuan Zerudo, Quezon City, and Iran Bugnalbal, Baguio City. First Platoon Leader, John Aquino, Pagadian City. Second Platoon Leader, Rayzander Tabaay, Baguio City, with the company First Sergeant, Jomel Macas, Pasay City. Foxtrot Company Commander Gabriel Fidel, Baguio City, with his staff, Claudine Oliva, Cagayan de Oro City, Yasha Caro, Occidental Mindoro, and Calvin Uy, Davao City. First Platoon Leader, John Sagaad, Leyte. Second Platoon Leader, Von Urquiza, Davao City, with the company First Sergeant, Saidan Trejis, Davao City. Fourth Battalion Commander Lawrence De Venancio Agusan, with his staff, Denz Gumaru, Negros Occidental, Felipe Tabilin, Taguig City, Elijah Esteban, Marikina, Mara Soriano, Pangasinan, and Ivan De Vera, Davao. Golf Company Commander Jeff Montinola, Digo City, with his staff, Reynan Fugan, Cagayan, Erisho Comen, Quezon City, and Jude Plaza, Davao City. First Platoon Leader Kenneth Salve, Benguet. Second Platoon Leader Aris Baroy, Makati City. With their company First Sergeant Russell Fulo, Sorsogon. Hawk Company Commander Leonard Lucena, Nueva Vizcaya, with his staff, Bernard Gameo, Pangasinan, Ronel Gutierrez, Pangasinan, and Perry Barlas, Iloilo City. First Platoon Leader Joshua Dominguez, Surigao. Second Platoon Leader Ricardo T., Pasay City, with their company First Sergeant Father Ford Agustin, Isabela.
Mahal na Pangulo, tapos na po ang seremonya. Mga pinuno, ang tabay salong. Kalis! Tas! Sak! Ba! Rap sa kanan, rap! Pasulong! Kad!
That concludes our commencement exercises for the PMA Talang-Dangal Class of 2026. On behalf of the Superintendent, Vice Admiral Cesar Bernard N. Valencia, Philippine Navy, the Commandant of Cadets, Brigadier General Nelson C. Alwad, Philippine Army, and the Dean of Academics, Brigadier General Stephen V. Agtoto, Corps of Professors, we thank the President and all of our guests for being part of another milestone in the history of the Philippine Military Academy. To our graduates, the members of PMA Talang-Dangal Class of 2026, congratulations and God bless. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay ang Republika ng Pilipinas.